Hello everybody, today I am going to be showing you how to play Elden Ring when you just started. Personally, for my first class, I would choose the hero because it's got better stats and strength, and you're gonna need to defend yourself a lot in this game. So I would recommend you start with that, but you could start with whatever you want really. Now just choose the name you want. Do an odd name, but it'll do. Essentially, this is the starting area. You're just gonna do pretty much what it looks like. So you go through the door, you do the regular stuff you would in any game. It's self-explanatory, really. So I'll just let you look at what I'm doing here. If you notice I'm lagging a bit, it's because I'm recording at the same time, which takes some of my space on the computer. You're gonna have to try to beat this boss, but it doesn't really matter. You're supposed to die anyway, so don't bother. Try. Yeah, I died. I'm not very good when I don't have good weapons. I'm trying my best here. I'll skip the cutscenes, except the boss ones. Actually, no, I'll just skip the cutscenes. If you could just watch them on your own if you want to. I recommend, it'll explain all this stuff, but most people skip this part. I recommend jumping down here. It's very important to do that because this is like the tutorial area almost, and this is where it teaches you all everything. And you have these pop-ups like this that is going to tell you everything you need to do. So I do recommend you come down here if you just started. But if not really the point of coming down here. It'll tell you all these things what to do. You could just go through them instead of skipping them like me, because I already know. And it'll tell you all the controls and everything. And if you're wondering, like it says here, you hold space to run, and press space once to, like, roll. And also, when you break a person's shield, when they're like stunned like that almost, you can just hold the attack button and it'll do like a super attack where you can almost instantly kill them. But you have to hit him multiple times to break the shield. Oh no. Did he fall too? Okay. And also, one thing I'm not very good at doing is you can also block. I forgot how to do this. Here we are. And also press Q to like lock onto the enemy. It's very important. But you can do that, and then when that happens, it's very hard to do for some people. When that happens, you can just hold the attack button on a guy, and he's stunned, so you can like do a really good attack. And press X to crouch, so you can like sneak attack someone. You go behind them, hold the attack button, and do this. That's also very important to know. I'll just skip through this part. Can't go through that. Oh yeah, that's also, you can do jump attacks. I missed that, but jump attacks do more damage. Can't seem to, oh yeah, it's F to jump. So it only does 9 more damage on my thing, but once you upgrade your weapons and stuff, it'll do more damage. This is a simple boss if you know what to do. On my first try, it took a decent amount of tries to actually do it, but you'll get used to it. Press R to use your healing potions, by the way. Every time you kill people, you'll also get like these ruins, they're called, on the bottom right of the screen. You could see their ruins there. That's kind of like your currency. Every time you die, you lose them, and then you have to go to your like place you lost them and press E on keyboard to regain them. Right now I'm playing on keyboard, so I'm going to explain like that. If you're on a controller, you could just go through the place that it says to do, like where we just were, and it'll tell you all the controls on keyboard, on the controller. So don't worry about that. All these things I just got are used for multiplayer, so you don't need to bother that unless you want to play multiplayer. Quite a beautiful map. The game is honestly, like, I thought it was going to be really hard, but it's honestly really simple if you just know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, it's really hard. But it doesn't really tell you much, that's why I'm making this tutorial. So others can know what to do.
Oh, yes. Come to the lands between. Of course, you unfortunately.
You can press E to skip the dialogue like I'm doing. I wouldn't bother fighting that guy, because he's like really hard to kill. I won't even bother myself actually. So I just skip him like going this way, because he's like really hard. And you're not really meant to fight him per se. Like you could just skip him. That's what's good about this game, is you could just skip everything by just leaving. So yeah, just go here, go to the church. Most people actually miss this thing. You just want to go by the church over here, and you should just be able to take this over here. You want to speak to this guy. If you did the tutorial, you can buy one of the very important things that he sells, which you go here, and then he sells this. You really, 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 really want to buy this, because it lets you craft stuff, which is extremely important. And here are the smithing stones. The smithing stones let you able to upgrade your weapons, which is pretty important when you're fighting. So over here, it upgrades it, makes it better, but you need a lot of them if you're making regular ones. Later on in the game, there's going to be sombers, which is much like harder to get, but much easier to upgrade with, if you understand what I'm saying. Also, you have a map, which you put by pressing G. Right now it's very small, but will become very big once we keep exploring. I'm gonna showcase if I can do it properly. I'm gonna press X, and if I do it properly, I should be able to sneak attack him by holding the attack button. There we go. And that just instantly kills him, which is pretty nice. Also, a lot of people miss this, but I suggest as a starter boss before you fight any other one. Whoops. You fight the guy in that cave over there. Let me go kill this guy. He also sometimes drops stuff, enemies, which you can pick up with E. So here there's a lot of enemies. You could try to fight them if you want, which it is possible, but if you just want to do the boss fight, I suggest you skip them for now. Come back later. Now he drops something, and you can press this button to get his stuff, which you can sell and use for crafting as well. Remember, space is to dodge. And remember to always watch your health very carefully. Also, you also want to watch your stamina because that's quite important as well. Because you can't keep attacking if you run out of stamina. I did that. I made that look kind of easy. On your first try, it might take you a little while, but you'll get them eventually. And if you're struggling, just leave and come back. If you did choose a different build, I suggest you just leave and come back if you're having a really, really hard time. We actually might as well go for these guys. Oh no. Getting ambushed here. Okay, I somehow survived that. Now I can loot out these guys. And we got a cracked pot. Pots are used, or cracked pots, can be used for crafting. Different types of pots, like fire pots, lightning pots, and all that stuff. And you can throw them at people, essentially. And it does damage, which is pretty nice. And if you have a good enough like build, which is like equipment and all that stuff here, you can actually do a lot of damage with them. So we're gonna head over here, kill this guy just regularly. He dropped his sword. You don't necessarily need to use the axe if you want, but my dexterity is low because of this build. These are your stats. Make sure you know these very well. Stats are extremely important, especially when you upgrade. So when it has this X over it, you can't use it effectively, which means it will do a lot less damage. But if you have good enough stats, you can use them effectively. So make sure you keep that in mind when using weapons. Held the button when the shield was like it blew open almost. So make sure you hold the button when he does that. Oh no, I died. Now you're gonna be experiencing this a lot. Make sure you don't give up. That's extremely important. Never give up when you die. You just keep moving forward and keep going. You're going to be doing that a lot. I'm not sure exactly if my mic isn't sounding the best, so if it isn't, just be certain it's my first video and I will be fixing that if it sounds bad. And if you hear background stuff, it's my other people. Well, their house actually. Their house. And if that happens, it means your stance is broken. every enemy has a certain stance that you can't break. And always remember, you hold the button when that happens, so you can do extra damage. And if you don't do it quick enough, they are going to get up and they can, it's gonna be bad because you didn't do any actual damage. So make sure you always keep that in mind. I suggest you come here to get an Ash of War, and this is extremely important to put Ashes of War on things. Actually, I have one, I didn't show you this. What an Ash of War essentially is it uses FP, which is your like bar for spells and all that stuff, and it gives you a special ability, pretty much. You can find them all across the map and also in the DLC, if you purchase that. And there's tons of different ones that do, it's like super cool abilities. But you don't need certain stats to use them. Let's skip this.
Have you heard of the They serve but you? I can play the turning rune to aid you. You need only to the foot. Then it said summon me.
Always accept this. I'm not exactly sure what happens when you refuse, but always accept it.
Use it. It will summon Torrent. Has treat him with.
Now I'm going to level up because that's very important. What this is this is your health. This is your like a mana where like when you do spells you can keep doing them, but when you run out of this you have to drink a potion to refuel it. Endurance is your like stamina. Strength is how strong you hit, it kind of does damage. Dexterity is how fast you hit. Intelligence is so you can do more damage on certain spells. Faith is so you can do more damage on incantations, which is like lightning, fire, meteorite, gravity, all that stuff type of spells. Arcane is bleed, so if you want to do a lot of bleed damage, make sure you level up this. I suggest you go for the vigor though first. Actually I could do two of them. Oh, 3 times. So I suggest you do vigor first, so you have more health when you need to fight people and you don't die. And one thing that is extremely important, I suggest at least if you're a beginner, you go here, inventory, press escape to go to your inventory, go to equipment, go here, click on this, and go here, click on this. This is important because this is your horse. If you press the down arrow, you can swap between these. And then to press R, you can use your horse. This is your horse, it's very important. He can double jump by pressing space twice. I mean F twice, that's my bad. And he can run by holding space. He does take some stamina sometimes though, so make sure of that. But if you're in tight situations, take the horse and get out of there. To stop using the horse, I'll pick up this at the same time. Make sure you pick up this too. You press E to pick it up. To get off your horse, you press R. But you have to make sure you have the whistle there. Because if you don't, you just use your potion for example. Make sure you just skip this big giant that's going to stomp here. Just keep going. You could try to explore more areas if you want to, but what I did is I kept going. So if you want to do that, you can do that. But feel free to explore where you want. It's your choice. If you hear that, that's a ton of wolves spawning in into a little tornado almost. You don't need to worry about that. Just get this grace, which is like your respawn point almost. You can teleport between these. I didn't tell you this, but you can teleport between these. Make sure, one thing I want to tell you, is that I can't go to my map by pressing G. I can't do that when there's enemies nearby. So don't freak out, it's not a glitch, it's just you can't do it when there's enemies. Just wait a little while and then you can use it again.
Everyone who came, only to have their... Did you know? It's quite a lot.
If you're curious about emotes, you can use them here. Like this one, or this one, or whatever. Oh yeah, this is very important. Before, maybe you saw I took a golden seed. What that does is you can add a charge to your flask, meaning you can have more flasks, like more healing potions pretty much. That's what that is. You could also do this, talk to Melania if you want, but that's your choice if you want to do that or not. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't affect the game. But in this video, I'm gonna make more than one. Make sure it is very, very, very important that you make sure. Oh yeah, these are very important actually. They drop ashes of war, if you're curious. But make sure that you pay attention to what you're doing. Because if you do a certain dialogue or a certain thing, it changes the game fastly. So there's like tons of endings of this game and tons of quests and all this stuff. So just make sure you pay attention to what you're doing. I'm skipping all of it because I already know what it is. But for you, just go through it normally as you would. Now, it's your choice because this is a boss fight here if you want to know. You can summon Rogier, which is a pretty good guy, so I suggest you do that. To fight him, and actually before you fight him we should go somewhere. I didn't do this. Go back to the church that you were at just at the beginning, press E twice.
This way, tarnished.
Now, when you're here for the second time, she's gonna appear and give you a very, very important thing.
I was entrusted by Torrance for
The spirit calling bell. It is super important if you're a beginner, so you can use spirits to help you beat the game, which I love using them. So let's go back to here. Now that we're here, we can go over here. Now, if you want, you can summon him, but you need to know this, that when you summon people, friends, or him, and other people like this, the boss will have more health, but he will help you. So we're gonna summon him for now. I suggest you do that, because how I beat him is I went here. Oh yeah, and always make sure you equip these here. And you can only use them in certain places. Look, you see here on the side? Wait a second. Oh, we're gonna have to wait till the cutscene. I'll just skip it. You see that little blue sign on the left of the screen? It's very important, meaning you can summon them. Press R to summon. Drink this because you ran out. And you can just help them do their job. Now you might lose this, but you just have to keep trying, and if you die too many times, you just go back and get more weapons. It's your choice how you play this game. Now when he's done like this, you hold the button, and then you do mega damage. Just like that. Everyone died. Oh no, Rush, you're still alive. Well, I died. So, I died, right? And you're probably also gonna die. A lot of people hate this boss because he's pretty hard at the beginning. But don't, if it's this hard, don't keep going. Go get stuff and upgrade your weapon, for example. Like, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my weapon. And also spawn these guys. I'll just let you watch the gameplay for now. I won't comment on this. Not much to comment on. Oh yeah, that's actually also another thing you should know. People also sometimes drop armor. If you want to change your armor, it's good. And if it's red like this, that means it's weaker. But it also has a weight. This one's double the weight. So you might want to watch out for your weight so you don't are super heavy roll. And if you want a heavy attack, which I haven't shown you yet, you press shift and you hold the attack button. And if you want a light attack, it's just attack. Also, for your Ash of War, you press shift and right click. Should be enough. I'll go to the church. You can go to the church to upgrade your stuff also, if you want to know. Okay, let's go kill this guy. Now this time, I am gonna use my attacks, but I think I will be using my Ash of War instead, which might be a better idea. Now, like I said, keep in mind, you might not want to summon him, just so you know. So like I did, you can go around, get stronger and all that stuff, and you can beat him if you want. But you do have to beat him to progress, just so you know. Okay. Oh no. I'm probably not gonna summon Rogier, but it's your choice if you want to or not. why I do more damage is because he has less health because Rush hears them. Oh no, I'm gonna die again. Yes, okay, he's dead. Here we go. This is also important if you want to know. What it does is increases your talismans, which is like artifacts or something that increase like certain aspects of you. And he gave me a lot of ruins so I can level up. Oh, she wants to talk to me.
Forgive me. To see whether and it seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering. Very well, let my hand.
Always go to the round table hold when she asks you. Always. Just press accept by pressing E. Once you get here, if you do, you can explore the area a lot if you want to. And there's tons of things to do. I'm gonna level up. Okay, I got good health. So that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like or subscribe if you want. And I think I will be making more. This was part 1, I assume. But don't be too certain, I don't post a lot. So yeah, bye bye guys.